Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. In this week's video, we are starting in my storage locker for the reason that this will be the first convention video of 2025 and it is time for me to recover my hibernating convention stuff from the last event of last year, which was in early December. It really doesn't feel like it's been 2 months since the last convention. In some ways it feels like it's been 6 months ago, and over the last 2 months I've had a lot of mixed feelings about how I'm gonna do markets in 2025 this year, kind of flip-flopping back and forth, some of which might be on record here on YouTube or over in my Patreon newsletters. But going into this event, I am very excited because there have been a lot of very interesting developments in the cross-border trade situation between Canada, where I am, and the United States. So I'm starting to look at these local and Canada-wide conventions as being maybe a little bit more important than I had given them credit for. This whole turn of events and the tariff situation has caused me to rethink some of my priorities for 2025. First of all, I was thinking about tailoring back on the number of shows that I do, but now I'm actually going to try to do as many as I possibly can. Towards the end of last year, I was getting quite burnt out after having done, I think, around 15 shows over the course of 2024, and unfortunately, I am going to have to double down and do 15 or more. Obviously, there's a huge amount of competition for getting into markets, so there is no guarantee that I will get into any that I particularly want to, so I'm just going to apply to them all and hope for the best. Because I had plans to move my online shop to a different platform to optimize and grow that aspect of things, but if cross-border commerce is going to become more complicated or more of an issue, it might not be something that I should be planning for or relying on quite as much as I thought that I would. I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear that even as a Canadian, upwards of 75% of my business comes from the United States in my online sales. That's on my Patreon or my online shop and even my commissions. So I do rely on being able to trade freely with the United States for my business. And yeah, if that becomes compromised, I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. Another situation is I was going to move my online shop to the e-commerce platform Shopify. Obviously, you know that. It's one of the #1 e-commerce platforms that exist online right now. But Shopify is a Canadian company, but unfortunately, their CEO holds some beliefs about the future of the country that I don't necessarily agree with. So I've decided not to use Shopify for any potential shop lateral movement. And I'm still kind of in a place where now I need to come up with some other options that will suit my needs, as my Patreon is going to have to move my subscription club from that platform to a different e-commerce platform. Anyway, it's never a dull moment being a small business owner, especially when the world is so unpredictable. So I just wanted to share that. Obviously, it's kind of a weird note to open on. We're going to get more positive from here on in, but if you are struggling with some of these changes happening in the world for your business, and obviously I don't want to get into like personal effect because it's just horrendous, you are not alone and we're going to get through this together. Hiya, hello! It is Friday, February 7th now, and in classic tuna form, I am about to speed run my new table display for my event tomorrow. I am headed to the craft supply store and the dollar store. I have my to-do list for everything that I need to purchase. Hopefully it won't be like too much. And I'm considering this to be like phase 1 for reasons I'll explain later, but to break it up into 2 chunks, debut the first chunk tomorrow and then the rest maybe, I don't know. I've already booked 2 in May, both of which are travel conventions. So Calgary, I'll be seeing ya. Montreal, I'll be seeing ya as well. And yeah, as I mentioned, I think that I'm gonna go in a little harder on the markets than I thought that I was a few weeks ago. So hopefully this table upgrade will be a worthwhile investment. Alrighty everybody, welcome back to the apartment. I have changed into my inside clothes. I have had both breakfast and lunch at the same time, as well as a coffee, and I am ready to be productive. I wanted to show you what I picked up while I was out. The first thing being this large foam core board that you saw. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use this, but I did want to have it here if I decide to go with plan A, I guess. Anyway, this was one of the main things I had to pick up, Velcro. This is a very integral part of the hypothetical design that I have in mind for what I'm going to be working on today. A big thing about this is I wanted to have as many backup plans as possible, so I purchased this yellow permanent adhesive vinyl. This is a backup plan object, but it's yellow and I'm sure that I'll find a use for it at some point. It was on clearance, so you know, whatever. Same goes for this acrylic paint, might come in handy at some point in the near future on clearance. Big tube, never hurt nobody. And then from the dollar store, I got some contact cement, which just rounds out my glue collection. I have as many different types of glue as exists to be collected. And then one of the main things I wanted to get at the dollar store was, often they have these black and white striped paper bags that come in packs of 10 for like $1, and I always stock up when I see them. I thought I might get lucky, not the case, so I went for the craft paper bags instead, and I did order 1,000 black and white striped paper bags from the supplier that I get them from, but they're in the UK and the show's tomorrow, so. And not related to what I actually have to do, but I found a Luigi for $4 at the dollar store, can't resist. And then I needed a black bow for a DIY fashion project, so you know, I'll just share them with you because they're here. That isn't everything that I picked up for today's projects though. That's just the stuff that I had to get in person. Here are some items that I picked up online in order to create my vision. So if you saw the photo earlier, you might have a sense of the vibe that I'm going for, which is a cat theme. I think I'm just gonna go all in and catify my table a little bit more than usual. So I have these two plastic food bowls. I'm probably just gonna use the yellow one. I was thinking that the patches could go in there or something like that. I have a little bit of faux plant decor. I have this Velcro cat scratching mat that I'm going to put my enamel pins and keychains on. And I have a basket that I'm not sure I'm going to need for this particular setup because I have a plan for a type of new product that I want to try to debut a month from now that I think is going to go really well in this basket. And I took a photo of the basket and used it as the design in here too, so there's going to be some, I don't know, like repetition of that particular design on the table. Just kind of trying to bring it all together, you know what I mean? And then this is a piece of, it feels like weatherproof canvas. I honestly was just trying to find a piece of yellow fabric without leaving the house to go to like the only fabric store in town, which is nowhere near me. I love the color. I'm concerned about these folds, so we're going to see if we can iron them out. That's gonna be like the first thing. And this yellow is going to be used as my new sticker sheet mounting panel. Now, this is all hypothetical. This has not been tested by any stretch of the imagination, but I have this and I have these, which I don't know what they are. I think they're greenhouse connectors for connecting panels to make greenhouses, but they have this, they're kind of like a lip ridge. And my idea is that I can glue these to the fabric panel and then have my sticker sheets propped in them as I would on my yellow wooden board that I have. And here's the thing with that yellow wooden board. I love it. You guys saw me make it like a year or a year and a half ago from scratch out of pieces of wood that I lovingly glued together. But the thing is, it's huge. It can't fly with me. I'm trying to downsize my operations to be like able to move in one go, and then I figure if that's the case, then it'll probably also be a good travel setup, so I don't have to make any concessions when I'm traveling to the design of my booth. Everything's gonna be the same depending on the table size. And yeah, it's all hypothetical, so if none of this works, that's cool. We can go back to basics for tomorrow and troubleshoot for next time. But I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this is all going to come together. Okay, I have gotten to a prototype phase that has made it evident that I'm not 100% happy with where it will be with the materials that I have. This is the piece of fabric cut, ironed, and then I've just kind of clipped on one of the bands that will hold the stickers. And I like what I'm seeing here, but I don't like how the light is shining through the fabric. So I think that what I need to do is get some felt, a couple of large pieces of felt that can be backed with this material, and then to glue these on. And my whole vision is that it will roll up when I'm not using it, and then I can very easily travel with it and everything. And I think that having felt on the back is also going to help with keeping it from getting wrinkly, and then helping, like, because it's not got a lot of body, which I had a feeling was going to be a problem. But yeah, it's not a failure. And if I had more time and I thought more than 24 hours ahead, I could probably have gotten this done on another day. But it is what it is. One of the best parts about this is that it's basically the same size as the wooden board that I use. So I'm just gonna bring that. I'm going to, my vision is to have this on this side as well, and then to have the single stickers on it. But I'm just going to use the 4 panels of regular that I've been using forever that you've seen in other videos. You know what? It was fun. I'm sore from all of the physical activity. I am very agitated because the cats have been, as I say, ghouling all around me the entire time that I've been doing this. They knocked this over and everything fell off, so I'm gonna have to come up with a better way to secure all of that. You know, you win some, you lose some. I would call this just half of the process. And my next event is going to be a month from now, so that gives me plenty of time to wait for materials to arrive and troubleshoot my way through it. Maybe I'll take you with me. Maybe I will do it and pull my hair out without being on camera. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so doors have just opened. I feel like it's probably going to be kind of busy because they incentivize people to come and line up and get free swag, but I'm kind of in the corner of the room, so maybe there's some flow before we get here, and I can just say hello real quick. Everything went fine with the setup. I feel like I should not have left all of my new table prep stuff until yesterday, so please learn from my mistake. Do not leave everything until the last moment, because the table looks pretty samey, but in a good way. I like my table. Square Reader is working. I didn't forget anything, which is kind of a small miracle. My friend is bringing me coffee. There's also a coffee booth in here and a cookie booth, so I'm gonna go get me one of them cookies real quick right here. And yeah, I have my expectations set pretty low for this. It's the first time they're running this particular show, the Too Cute Market, but they do run other shows. You might remember in September I had like the tent space. That was really fun. So I have faith that they can put together a good show. Hopefully we can catch some interactions throughout the day. Hopefully I do not crash and burn before we are through. And as always, we'll catch up at the end and talk about how it all goes.
I want to keep you.
Where?
I mean, like, I don't want to, like...
I'm just vibing.
Oh my god!
I just started filming. It wasn't before.
Vlog moment.
Hi!
Do you take photos?
Absolutely I do.
Can I get this one?
Yes.
It's just like my camera.
It's called Self-Portrait. Do you want a little plastic sleeve for it?
I've got this.
Got one going?
So,
Save the plastic, you got it. Just a little sales tax, so $10.50 will be your total. Right on the screen. It's a happy camper. Can I text or email you a receipt?
I'll be okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and there's no branding on that one, so I'll give you a card as well. Thank you. Take care. Good to go? Yes. Let's start with the pin. Which one can I grab for you? The black cat. I can take the prints from you as well. Package them up. You are so welcome. You can take them right off there. Yes, indeed. At a time like this. Would you like a paper bag for it? You've got cash for me. Perfect. Everybody came prepared. Trade you. Enjoy the show. You as well. Yes, you'll come to the right place.
I know.
Thank you so much. You're so welcome.
Can I also give you this little card?
Got it.
Valentine's Day. We're supposed to be little cupids. I don't have my little boy.
You got the hearts though.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. Hi. You look so cute. Yeah, very on theme, both of you. I'm wondering if it's just everyone's too cold to try hard. Everyone knows layering is a benefit to an outfit. While I'm here and I have a moment, I didn't show you guys my new business cards yet. This was kind of like, I told myself when I ran out of the business cards that I had, because I've been using the same design, oh man, like at least 3 years, possibly much longer than that. Oh wait, no, because it has the black and white hair, so I think it's 3 years. So I wanted to refresh it. I still like the old design, but this one's kind of more cartoony. It's got flapjack as well, and then just a nice simple back. So debuting them today. God, what kind of dog is he?
He's a Tintail mix.
Or give treats and then they can...
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the apartment. First off, I'm recording this on this Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday. It was the event. This is Sunday. Usually Sundays are very quiet in my apartment, but there's a lot of rustling going on, so if you do hear anything in the background, my apologies. Try to ignore it. I just want to wrap up the show real quick with you here. Overall, I was delighted by not only the turnout and the vibes, but obviously the sales for the event. I can't remember if I mentioned this at the beginning, but I was thinking like very conservatively, given that this was a first time show. It's taking place in February of all months. And I had placed my expectations around like, if I was making $100 in sales every hour, that would be suitable. So it was a 6-hour event. event, meaning that if I sold $600 worth of merchandise, it wouldn't have been good, but I would have been like, okay, this wasn't a complete wash. But we ended up with a final sales tally that rivals any one-day show that I might do here or anywhere at right about 1,200 Canadian dollars in sales. Hey, I'm happy. I've always said that if I can pass or hit that $1,000 mark, that's the sign that, you know, it was worth my time. So I would say without a doubt that if the ladies who run the Vancouver Etsy Co wanted to put on another Too Cute market, or there are rumblings that they might try a different but adjacent theme for next year. Despite the slightly higher table costs, I don't remember off the top of my head, I think this one was a little bit cheaper than the other events that they do, but it was like at least $150, if not $200. Usually their daily rate for a table for their events is, yeah, around $200 to $300 Canadian dollars. But I feel like with that table fee, they do a lot with it. Like they do advertising. They actually got one of the local news websites here in Vancouver to do an article about it, and they happened to choose photo of little old me to be the header image for the event. And they do swag bags for the first 50 people in the door. They give away free exchangeable market cash so that people can buy stuff with these little tickets, and then we get cashed out at the end. So yeah, it's always nice to feel like there are organizers that are on your side, because there are certainly a lot of events where the organizers are not really on your side. Maybe you don't even know who the organizers are. Definitely an awesome start to the 2025 season. I am feeling energized. I was so tired by the end of the day yesterday. Part of that was because all I had to eat was one very large cookie at like 10 a.m. and then I didn't get to eat until 8 o'clock. But also, I feel like I'm just getting old, and maybe that was part of what my burnout was towards the end of last year, was like being physically exhausted by what I was doing. Again, I guess I'm gonna have to do it again, but like maybe now that I've identified that as part of what wears me down, I can take preventative measures. Maybe like sit at a con for once, but like who's got time to sit? I don't want time to sit. I want to sell stuff. And one big reflection, obviously, as we are still in the middle of redeveloping the table layout and how that's all gonna go, one big reflection for me was I only sold 2 tote bags, I think, but they take up so much room on my table and so much room like in my luggage that I have to bring with me. And it really has me considering if it's like worth it to bring them with me. In the illustration that you saw earlier of my potential future table layout, I have a vision of using like poles to hang the tote bags above me on my table to eliminate the need to have them behind, which I find people like don't really notice them as much when they're behind me on my curtain. Or to have the garment rack, and then that necessitates needing like a corner booth or something like that. So I feel like it's a potential solution to the struggle of having them represented on the table. But if you have any ideas or inspirations for like how I can display my tote bags that doesn't take up as much real estate, that would be super helpful. I think in general, tote bags are not a super popular item. It might be because people have a lot of tote bags. It might be because a lot of people sell tote bags. If I do want to continue making screen printed items, I think I should be pivoting in a apparel direction versus a tote bag direction. So I will start to retire designs. So if you like any of the tote bag designs that you have seen here in the video or any other videos, go to artbytita.com/shop and place your order now. I know that I only have 5 of the eye with the cats around it design, and I'm pretty sure that I won't be reordering it. So if you did want one of those, now is the time. You know, pick up some stickers, other stuff, make my day. That's it for this week's video. Next event is a month from now. I will be going back to the furry convention. You guys remember what a banger that was last year. I will be there for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you'll look forward to a wonderful year of con vlogs. And if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of on like a 2-week schedule right now. That's the pace I'm going to keep. Big shout outs real quick to everybody over on Patreon who is helping to support the channel in my snack pack. These are the folks that give me the time in those 2-week chunks to edit all my footage together, to film everything, to do the voiceovers, to add the music, to add the graphics, to do the color correction. Just kidding, I don't color correct anything because I'm too lazy. And in exchange, they get all kinds of things like access to my personal Discord, access to the secret shop where I sell all of my sticker sheets. They get digital downloads, extra podcasts, sometimes extra videos too. And if you do have more than $1 to spare, you can join my lunchbox or my big lunch clubs where you will get mailable rewards to your door every single month. This month we are doing a cryptid cats theme, which is probably one of the best themes that I've done in a while. I have changed the way that I reveal my rewards so you can see them all right here, right now. If you want to do the Lunchbox Club, that is a $10 including shipping subscription, and you get a sticker sheet and a thank you note. If you wanted to do a $25 tier, you get a print, a sticker sheet, a single sticker, and an embroidered patch this month. If you enjoy what I do here on the channel, I really hope you'll consider subscribing over on Patreon, because it's kind of my most consistent form of income, so I really appreciate you putting a ring on it by tossing a couple of dollars at my face every month. That is it for me today. Stay sparkly, everyone. Don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.